I just need to name this freaking reading like because I've said so many times in this reading. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your December soul session. I am Princess India. If you are new and if you are family, welcome back, my friend. Sorry, and whatnot or whatever. If you're not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are my spirituality and personal development readings, where we look at the energies that you guys and challenges and stuff that you guys may encounter this month. For the sole purpose of giving you guys some guidance and advice on how to handle those situations. And I say they're hella important this month because it's December, and I consider December, surrender December and whatnot. Or whatever. More about that in the collective reading. I hope you watched it, because anyway, let's go ahead and get into you guys cards for the month to see what's going on with my Capricorns. We are going to have a central energy, a challenge, a past influence, future possibilities, and above energy, as well as your below energy. And at the bottom of your deck, this is the after tarot, so I don't read it in the reverse. We have the Three of Swords. So Capricorn, the energy that's undergirding your experiences for this month have a lot to do with information that you guys came in contact with. That has caused, the first word I wanted to say was turmoil. Okay, let's go with that. That caused a little bit of turmoil, potentially some heartbreak. But I feel for the most part, you guys are heading in the direction of recovering from it. I just feel that there's a facet of this disappointing situation that you're still conflicted about. You know how you feel about it, but you don't know what you think about it. But the thing I will say is what's imperative here is taking the lesson from this and applying it moving forward. And this is interesting. I'm feeling the vibe of, and I don't even remember what card was y'all's. I still have them over here, but I guess this is going to be a new thing I'm going to do now. I feel like I should have you guys surrender card that came up in the collective reading here. Let's see. Oh, this is Capricorn. I remember you guys had surrendered the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work to try to fix someone. I'm so sorry, y'all. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Interesting. So, I mean, yeah, this could very well be, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. I mean, this could be a relationship. This could be, a friendship. It could be family members. I'm gonna spare you guys from going into everything I said in the collective reading, but I feel like that's what you guys are really recovering from. And I feel like surrendering the idea that you can fix someone is something that kind of sets you free, because I feel like you guys may be like, you're heading towards a different direction in your life, your truth really. But I feel like you guys are still conflicted by this past situation. And I feel like the key that unlocks you from this proverbial mental prison, if you will, lies in you guys relinquishing this idea that you can change people or fix people or, any shoulda, coulda, wouldas of thinking you could have done things differently, if that's making sense. Because the only person we really have the power to change is ourselves, in so many words. So anywho, central energy. We have the Empress. Oh, goodness. We have the Empress. This is challenged by the Four of Pentacles, and you guys' past influence is the Lover's card. So with this Lover's card here, we're talking about the energy of you guys coming from November into December. So, okay, I really think y'all walked away from something. Yeah, I feel like you guys, it feels like you guys walked away from something or gave up on something. And it's more or less to me choosing yourself, but I feel with this Three of Swords at the bottom of you guys' deck, you made the choice, but you're kind of conflicted about it, because I feel like whatever this was that you guys left behind, it was kind of like you choosing between yourself and something else. But even though I feel like you chose yourself, it's more or less being still conflicted about what it is that you left behind. And I see that with this Four of Pentacles being you guys challenged, because it's a little bit of stagnant energy. The challenge this month is really going to be to release this and let this go. I ain't lying. It really will be, because the thing is, and I talked about this in the collective reading, it's this whole energy of speaking to the thing that has been the death of everyone, if you will. So the main thing that's been holding, or could potentially, because I want to say this because this energy does seem to be going forward with Capricorn, but I do feel like this thing we're talking about releasing in December is a bad habit. When you're fixated on the past is dead energy because it can't be changed. So the more that you fixate on it, you're going to start to turn into it, right? So you're going to turn into death in so many words, or in a less scary sounding kind of way. You're going to stagnate yourself. Now, the Four of Pentacles is in direct contrast to this Empress energy, because the Empress energy is all about rebirth, creation, abundance and things of the sort, fruitfulness and all that good stuff. But it's challenged by the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like the biggest thing that my Capricorn people are going to be overcoming this month is not falling into bad behaviors or bad, well, I don't want to say bad. I'm going to say bad behaviors, but it's motivated by a mindset, like an old mindset, right? That almost tempts you to look at the past. And the thing is it feels like it's a dark distraction that's masquerading as like self-reflection, because it's this thought of like, you know, you're looking back at this situation, or you think about it from time to time, but it's more or less like you made the choice already and you're moving forward. It's really about you guys trusting yourself, because the thing is while you're focusing on the past, you're not paying attention to the present, and you're preventing yourself from moving into the future. So I feel like with the Empress, it's like this is an energy that's here to help you guys, to usher you into a time, if you will, that's for your highest good. And if we really want to talk about that, like in a very literal sense, we're really talking about going into like the new year in so many words, and going into the new year with the right attitude. So now is a time for you to be reflecting on your past, yes, but you want to be reflecting on your past within reason, because with this Four of Pentacles, this is dwelling. It's like, and not necessarily not understanding, but it's not seeing how it's affecting you in the bigger picture. Because it's this thought of like, could I have done stuff different? Should I have done stuff like, did I approach that did I make the right decision? But while you're thinking about all of that, minutes are passing, hours are passing, days, weeks, months are passing, right? And it's like you're not making the most of the opportunities that are offered to you. And I forgot to say too, the Lovers, that's Gemini energy. And with the Empress, that's Libra and Taurus energy. So, and if you could take a page out of our book, use the higher vibration of Libra and Taurus, the children of Venus, because with this here, like with Libra, we have a tendency, I'm saying we like I'm a Libra, I'm really not, but meaning children of Venus, the lower vibrational side, or the shadow aspects of Taurus and Libra, are what create the Four of Pentacles energy. Because with Libra, it's indecisiveness. So it's not being able to make a choice. I feel like you guys made a choice, but you made the choice, and now you thinking back if you made the right choice, which stagnates you. With Taurus just don't like change. So we ain't even making no decision, okay? Because new is just not an option. You understand? We are where we are. We're just going to stay here, stuck, like the Four of Pentacles. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel with you guys, the choice has already been made. It's like, you know, you can give yourself time to grieve or feel how you feel about what it is that you've left behind, or the new information that came in that created a new reality for you. But the most important thing, Cappies, is to move forward. But taking into account that you guys surrender card from the collective reading, I really feel that this has something to do, even if we're not even talking about like you guys leaving anything behind. It's just relinquishing a mindset. I don't know why it's so hard for me to talk today, y'all. It's relinquishing a mindset, because for some of you, I feel this may have a lot to do with parental figures too. This could have something to do with friends, family members, parental figures, what have you. But it's like you thinking you could do something different to make someone treat you different, or being fixated on this idea of how you want a person to be. But I really feel the biggest message here is the need to accept that they are who they are and how they are, and stuff happened the way that it did. And it's like, it's nothing you could have done for things to be different than they are now, because they are the way they are because they're supposed to be. You guys' underlying energy is the Strength card. Tame your beast, babe. Your above energy, wow, is the Ten of Wands. Literally Capricorn, for real in real life. Two things. You're focused too much on your past. You're focused on your past, worrying about something that cannot be changed because it's in the past, like it happened. I think that's the truth that needs to be accepted here. With this Ten of Wands, and you guys above energy, it's again, you're overburdening yourself, worrying about something that it can't be different. Like, it's over. And I know this may sound harsh, but it's over. It's done with. You can't turn back the hands of time. It is what it is, right? So whatever happened, whatever you chose, whatever transpired to get you to this point, whatever disappointment it is what it is. The only thing you can do at this point, crossing the threshold of whatever this is that transpired, is accepting that it happened, dealing with your emotions in the sense of allowing yourself to grieve, allowing yourself to feel some type of way, but thinking back to what could have been done different is of no use to you. That's what the Ten of Wands will represent. It's carrying all of these energetic burdens of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And it's like, it's a shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like the past is gone. The only thing that we can do is accept things for what they are now, because we can't change it. So the whole thing is, I feel you guys are being offered a new opportunity, which the entire collective is, because we had the Ace of Wands is our challenge. Your challenge is to accept this new opportunity, or this new beginning, this new idea, this new inspiration, this new motivation moving forward. You're being challenged to accept that, but what is preventing you from seeing this new opportunity or the clean slate that you're being offered is by carrying all of these unnecessary pains, burdens, and traumas from your past of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And that's literally of no use to you. Now, our past, and I can tell you a quick little story of what one of my favorite professors in graduate school told us, is that the past is only good for one thing, and that's to fill two boxes, right? One box is labeled shit that works. The other box is labeled shit. Okay, that is the only thing that the past is good for. And I feel like this Ace of Wands here, because if we're looking at, the 10, you know what I'm saying? The Ace of Wands that y'all got from the collective reading, that's the shit that works. You know what I'm saying? That's what you take from all of your lessons in the past, because you're going back to look at what lessons you've learned, right? All of the lessons you're intended to learn from your past, they're not negative messages about you. Like, you're never gonna be in love, you're unlovable, nothing ever works. Every single time I try something, it never ends up the way that I desire it. People always lie, people betray me, everyone, those are none of the messages or the lessons that Spirit wants you to learn from your past. So we can knock that out. Anything message like that from your past falls into this 9 of Wands category. If we're going to break up the 10, that's all the stuff that you want to release. You know what I'm saying? So that's none of the messages that Spirit is trying to tell you about your past. So if you look at your past and that's the only messages that you have from it, let's go ahead and tap that out, because those are not from Spirit. Spirit is not trying to make anybody know like you're never going to be loved, you're unlovable, nothing in your life ever works out, Merry Christmas. No, that's not how that works. So if you look back at your past and that's all you see, try again. So it's now needing to dig deeper to see what positive things you can bring out of your past, right? It's like, if you've recovered from each person that's backstabbed you, that means you're resilient, AKA Strength card, which is your underlying energy. If somebody lied to you or stole money from you and you ain't end up in jail, you tamed your beast. Congratulations. You feel what I'm saying? So it's looking at it from a different perspective. These are all of the things you guys are intended to bring forward with you. However, I feel this Four of Pentacles is representative of a trigger. It's a dark distraction because something triggers you to think about your past. Then you start constantly thinking about it and meditating on it under the guise of saying that you're self-reflecting or whatever. And the next thing you know, you start feeling some type of way from all the disappointment that you've experienced in your life. Then your heart shut down. And because your heart shut down, that's cutting off your connection to spirit and you just stagnated, right? So don't fall for the okie doke, Capricorn, is what I'm saying. Now, moving forward, hell damn Jesus. The freaking Ace of Wands, okay? The Ace of Wands is you guys' possibilities for the future. And I'm using this as an analogy with the freaking 10 of Wands here and you guys above energy. This don't make no sense. That's probably the reason why that I felt like I needed to pull this card out for y'all from this reading. Legit, I hope you watched the collective reading because that was the challenge position. Legit, Capricorn, you guys above everyone else at this point in time. You guys are being challenged to accept this new beginning. F your past, F all the dumb stuff back there. Take the shit that works and keep it moving. Because ain't nobody got time for all that. You can't change people, you can't fix people. And like I always say, how other people treat you says more about them than it does about you. And I feel like Capricorn is really worried about people who really were not shit to begin with. I just need to name this freaking reading like shit because I've said shit so many times in this reading. But legit, dude, this is an opportunity for you guys to chart a new path. This is an opportunity for a new beginning for you to do something more in alignment with you. But I feel the biggest lesson that you guys were supposed to learn is whatever this concept is of it, and I know it has something to do with people, dude. It's like people didn't show up for you, and it's this thought of you needed to do something different. It's like, no, these people are just shitty people. They're really shitty people. And I don't know. I think the biggest disservice that I witness on a daily basis is one, people who meet a whole bunch of shitty people, right? And it either one makes them shut down because people are under this impression, like, I mean, I don't know what the stats are since Rona, but before Rona, there was like 7.9 billion people on planet Earth. And in our short lifespans, we meet people, right, that are in the vicinity of where we are, you know what I'm saying, that aren't very much outside of our comfort zone, right? And it's like we're going through a process of healing. So people that you draw into your life are going to be a reflection of where it is that you are to help you get past that. And it's, I hate to see when people end up cutting off all people. Like if a chick dates a bunch of bad apples and she wards off all men, it's like all men are like this. And it's like there's 7.9 billion people, or used to be, on planet Earth. How can you meet, you know, even 100 people and think that those 100 people reflect the entire population? And why would you, you know, do the disservice to yourself of cutting off all other people that you've never met because of these bad apples, not taking into account that it's not these bad, wrong, evil people who are all in cahoots and have a secret club we don't know about that are all in cahoots to meet you, to break your heart and hurt your feelings and make you feel some type of way. That's not the case. It's like we have to start taking personal accountability for the fact that the people that you're friends with, that you date, would have you, that you have a hand in it, and the fact that you're choosing to engage with these people. And if they're shitty people, it's like they were a shitty person. It's like, I don't know, man. This is something so much deeper that's happening here in a spiritual sense. And I don't even know why this whole message is coming out in your reading, Capricorn, but this is really, really deep in a spiritual sense, dude, because it's like people are being led astray because there's these blinders on everyone's eyes, man. And it's preventing people from seeing the full picture. It's like they're only seeing 50% of the picture, and they're making life-altering decisions that are cutting themselves off from spirit and the rest of humanity, and in essence stagnating them because you're not seeing the whole picture. It's like I said, it's like a person who looks back at their past and the only thing that they see is that, like, it's like, oh, well, the only lesson that spirit has taught me is that all people do is stab me in the back. And it's like, do you honestly think that spirit like would want you to think that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, do you honestly think that that spirit would want a person to be on earth, an aspect of God to be on earth, and your life lesson is that nothing is ever going to work out for you? No one is ever going to love you. Every time you have something, it's going to be taken from you. And the remainder of your life will be misery and woe. That's the spiritual lesson. Like, do you honestly think that? And I think that's just the biggest heartbreaking thing to me, is that there's so many people on planet Earth that are walking around thinking things like that. And I say it's a spiritual thing because it's blinders, where the only thing that people see or can easily embrace is negativity. Just like how, if you think about like comments on your Instagram, you could post a picture, 100 people could say you're gorgeous, but we have a tendency to harp on the one person that said that you look bad. And you'll sit up there and meditate on that for the whole day and, you know, stare at the picture and try to find something wrong. And it's just like, man, how is it that low vibrational energy, that negative energy, things that steal and rob you of joy, how is it that majority of humanity gives so much life and energy to that, but neglects and ignores positive messages, you know, words that are empowering or affirmational messages? Why are those so much harder to accept? You know what I'm saying? And that's more of a rhetorical question, but I think that's something us as a collective really need to reflect on how is it that we so easily embrace negativity, but we're so quick to push away positive. We're so quick to embrace the fact of, I don't know my purpose, I don't think I have a purpose, then trusting in the fact that you do. Why is it so easy to embrace and befriend burdens and every negative thing that can befall your life, than to believe, you know, the promises of light in your future? Like, these are things I seriously feel like we have to reflect on, because spiritually what I see, dude, it's blinders on people's eyes. And it's something that's dark. It's the most epic, it's the you know, macro dark distraction. That is the beginning of all of the minor dark distractions. But in the bigger scheme of things, like spiritually speaking, even the dark works for the freaking light. In the realm of the dyad, it's imperative for us to have dark energy, so to speak, the polar opposite of light energy. It's necessary, because it's impossible for me to know myself lest I be in the absence of myself. The absence of self, light, would be the dark. We start putting that into form, the opposite of spirit would be human. But we are the miraculous thing in the fact that we're both at the same time. But it's almost as if we've come to a place, being on planet Earth, that so many people have lost themselves that to be in a body just completely makes spirit erase, and it doesn't. So it's like the dark serves the light in the sense that the challenges and the contrasts, the crossroads, the temptation, the adversary energy, all of that stuff is working for the purpose of helping you remember you and see you. But the thing is we have a tendency to give light and personification, life and personification, to the dark. It's like we create our own demons because we give more life to that than we do to true life. It's like we create all of these things in our head, all of these ghosts, all of these demons that plague us, you know, and then we externalize it and project it onto other people, situations and circumstances in life, and then play victim, because we cannot see or refuse to see that everything starts and ends with us, you know? And it's like, dude, that's so important. That's life altering when you start to see that. It's easy to blame all of the problems in our lives on external situations. It's easy to be able to just say, oh, I'm just one of those people who just has a sucky life. It's like the human mind is so powerful. And if you really want, you can choose to look at your past differently. Can you change the past? Absolutely not. None of us can. But you do have the ability to look at it from a different perspective. And then some can say, well, how could I possibly look at that different? Dude, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. If you want to have like a fatalistic, perception on life, that's why you're suffering. How can I find any good in that? I mean, you're right, because you've already made up your mind that no good exists. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know why all of this came out in your reading, Capricorn. I hope it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I hope it does. But I'm going over to Vimeo, Patreon, my website, and YouTube members, I can't talk today, to do your extended. So if you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your face. And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.